Keto Kitchen, where I make delicious keto recipes that you can make easily in your own kitchen. So today I'm going to make Asian lettuce wraps, something that you can make for a keto snack or dinner or lunch. They're really easy, and if you prep them ahead of time, it's even easier to throw them together. So I started prepping this morning for tonight's dinner. Made some matchstick carrots and cucumber, and I'm going to show you how I did that with the remaining cucumber and lettuce. So I'm using English cucumber here. Now you can use any cucumber you wish. If you're using English cucumber or those small pickling ones, you really don't need to peel them. The green is kind of pretty and they're not that tough. So I've cut them into I cut it in half, and then I cut them into matchstick sizes. And then I'm going to cut the larger pieces into even smaller ones, because you don't want a gigantic piece of vegetable in your mouth. You want them to be delicate and easy to bite into when you bite into your lettuce wrap. So I'm thinking maybe I've cut them into sizes about like that. Okay. And I'm going to add that to my pile over here. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up this platter so that all we have to do tonight is just make our own lettuce wraps. Okay, so I cut this in thirds, so I have my second third of my cucumber. So I'm not really following a strict keto. They call it a dirty keto, where I'm not really counting macros or calories. I'm just watching the intake of carbohydrates. And of course, vegetables have carbs in them. But that's what I'm using. I'm trying to use carbohydrates that are healthy, such as vegetables. So I'm trying to cut out processed foods. I try to use all whole foods. So it works for me. When I first started this journey, I was really strict keto. I kept it under 20 grams of carbs, and that worked for me. I just worried about the carbs. I didn't do any counting of macros even then, and I lost 35 pounds in like 3 months. So I'm 60, I'll be 61 in another week. And you know, it's not so easy for us gals to lose weight when we get to this wonderful age that I'm at. So this worked for me. And not only did it help me to lose weight, it helped my sleep. I slept so much better. It helped my joints and my arthritis in my hands that I have. I didn't even have any issues. Now, since Christmas, I've been having a little bit of sweets here and there. And boy, you really feel it the next day when you have any carbohydrates. Now, you know, sugar's carbs, has a lot of carbs. You cut those back. So when I was eating, you know, those treats, cookies and stuff at Christmas time and Easter, I indulged in a few pieces of chocolate. Hey, you can't deprive yourself, because then you want to binge. So if you can have a little bit and get that satisfying feeling, and maybe a terrible feeling the following day, which is a result, but if you get that little bit of a good feeling, you tend not to binge. That's what most people say. So what I've done is I cut each of these vegetables in half, then cut them into strips, and then I cut those into smaller pieces so that these will fit into our lettuce wraps. You can use any vegetable you want. I just happen to have these two in my refrigerator. Okay. The next vegetable we're talking about is this. Now, I've washed it. It's a little wet, but that's okay. I'll put it in the refrigerator. It'll crisp back up again. But it comes in my particular store, it comes in a plastic container, you know, like a takeout container kind of thing. And it keeps the roots on here. And they call this by many names, this lettuce. It's Boston lettuce. I've heard it called butter lettuce. What else? Butter, Boston, and there's another one. I can't remember. If I remember, I'll let you know before this is over. So I rinsed it and got most of the dirt off it because it is really close to the soil. So you will find clouds of dirt in it. Shake it out, put it upside down to dry on a paper towel or two, and then you can just twist this bottom part off. Throw that away. And what you're left with are, well, see, I've got to cut that core out in order for it to separate. You have to cut this core right out of the bottom where that root was, and then it will separate nicely for you. See that? It's the perfect vessel for this shrimp wrap that we're going to make, okay? So I'm going to lay these on my thing. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I'll show it to you in the end. I'm gonna lay these here, and I'm gonna end up putting a paper towel over it so that it will, and pat it a little bit more dry. So there are your fixins for the shrimp lettuce wraps that we're going to make for dinner tonight, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust the camera so that you can see it while I make the shrimp, I fry the shrimp up. Okay, so now I've set up a frying pan on my stove, and what I'm going to do is I've heated it, I put it on high heat to start to get it to warm up. Then I'll turn it down to about medium high. But I'm gonna put a blob of butter in there and a little bit of oil. Now what the oil does is it brings, butter tends to burn at high temperatures, so if you put some oil in there, it tends to keep it from burning. So there we go with the butter. It's nice and hot. I may turn it down to, well, on my stove it's about a 5, which is a medium high. And then I'm gonna take shrimp that I have deshelled, deveined, and about a pound will do for my family. And all you need to do is put it in here, and about maybe 3 minutes per side, or when it's pink, you know it's done. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the rest of these in here. And make sure they're all flat in your pan. Now, I'm just gonna add a few things, some salt and pepper, of course. I have pink Himalayan salt, just enough to cover, okay? And some pepper, some black pepper. And I'm going to put some minced garlic. I do the easy one. Just spread that around. We don't want it to burn, so try to keep it on top of the shrimp as much as you can. There you go. And I'm going to put in some red pepper flake. I'll grab it over here. Just sprinkle so it has a little bit of bite. I love red pepper flake with my shrimp. Okay. And that's looking good. You can see it turning pink. I'm gonna turn it over and take a look. Not quite there, it's in between. So we'll let that fry up a little bit more. And I'll come back when it's complete. Then I'll flip it over and I'll let it go another couple minutes. And then when that's all done, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so welcome back. Here is my steaming, delicious platter of about a pound of shrimp that I cooked up in garlic and olive oil, or not olive oil, avocado oil, a little bit of butter, some red pepper flakes, salt and pepper. Very simple, because that's all you need, because we are going to make a delicious, the easiest peanut sauce you've ever made for our wraps. So what I did was, there are only 2 ingredients. One is all natural peanut butter, and I have my knife in here because this is that kind that has oil on the top and you need to mix it from the bottom. So I was working on that while the shrimp was cooking. So I'll take that out. Now it's all completely homogenized together, or mixed together. And the second ingredient is any Asian sauce of your choice. This one happens to be Ken's steakhouse sauce, and it's an Asian sesame with ginger and soy. I know that Newman's has another one very similar. So either one will do. Wait till you taste this. You will never, ever go back. It's better than restaurant style Asian sauce. So I'm going to do about a half a cup of this Asian sauce. I shook it up. Oh, smells delicious. Okay, that's the first ingredient. All right, and the second ingredient, I'll wash my fingers off, are about 2 tablespoons, a tablespoon and a half to 2 tablespoons of all natural peanut butter. And this is the smooth kind, I believe, because that's the kind I tend to get. All right. And now we're gonna mix this up. Probably would have been smarter to put it in like a mason jar or something to give it, and just shake it up, but this will be okay. We'll mix it up with our spoon until it's completely mixed together. But if you want to do it that way too, put it in a mason jar, put the top on it, give it a shaky shake. And this stuff is gold. You could put this over chicken. Oh my gosh, any seafood you want. But today we're going to put it on our shrimp lettuce wraps. That looks good to me. I think you got it. All right, I'm gonna leave the spoon in there because we need to, now we're going to make a lettuce wrap and give it a try. So I'm going to pick a lettuce wrap. That will be our vessel. I tend to put the dark green side on the outside. I don't know why, I just do. I'm going to put a couple of carrot sticks, a couple of cucumber, and let me get my tongs here. You only need a couple of shrimp. Okay, and now comes the magic sauce. This delicious, easy peanut sauce that we're going to put on top. Look at that. I might even put a little more. It's so, so good. You've got to try this. Okay. So I'm going to try to pick this up. Usually I have to eat it with a knife and fork because I am a klutz. Well, let's see if I can do this for you guys. Oh, you know what? That peanut sauce is amazing. Excuse me for being such a slob. It is, every time I eat it, I think, oh, I cannot get any better. And the nice, subtle taste of the shrimp is amazing. It's not overpowering. It blends really well with everything and the crisp vegetables. What a great springtime lunch or dinner. Now I'm gonna serve this with some mahi-mahi tuna that I had in the freezer. And I have some also, I'm a freezer queen. I have some pesto that I freeze every fall, and I'm down to my last one. Put them in freezer bags like I showed you and put them upright, so I just pulled one out when I need it. Down to my last one, I'm gonna put that over the steaks, the tuna steaks, and then have this alongside. Oh, I can't wait. I'd like to thank you for coming in to Kim's Keto Kitchen today. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy this. And if you do, please write me, comment below, subscribe, and share this with people you love. Have a great day.